Hey, Andrew, Mr. Gerald, Elijah, welcome, welcome. Ryan's here. Happy Friday indeed. How's everyone's week going? Hard at work, yep. I just, I was actually there working at the Vice, and I said, I bet we're getting close to the stream time. Soon be time to set up the camera. And when I checked my phone, it was, I think, 7:59. We do the stream at 8 o'clock. So I used to do the stream on the laptop, so it takes 5, 6, 7 minutes to get set up, so I would have been late. But the phone is just so quick to flick into the app here and throw it up. So only needs like a minute or so. So happy to be here. How many puka orders have you received since the video went out? It was incredible. Oh, I'm glad that you like the video. The views are doing pretty good. If some of you want to give it a share, if you haven't already, that'd be great. Share it to friends or family or throw it up on social media. But it was fun. The response to the video was great. All those pukos sold out. And I've already got a short list started for next Remembrance Day. Folks that really were hoping to get one, but couldn't get one. You know, that was part of what made the Remembrance Puko project so special. And just like the Beothic project that's coming up, or any of the Collector's Series batches, is that they're sort of exclusive. They're sort of exclusive. Not that the model or pattern will never be done again, but that numbered special set is one and done. So that Remembrance Day Puko, you do not have the option to order one just like that from me. I can make you a Remembrance or Veterans inspired Puko, but you won't get one of those. And they're all sold out again, by the way, which is just wonderful. We've got them all over the world. They distributed really nicely across Canada and the US, even over in Europe. So it's just a beautiful thing. Many of them have already shipped. Gerald, I'm pretty sure yours shipped yesterday, buddy. But it's been a busy week, a wonderful week. I was just let me show you guys what I'm working on here. Oh, Ryan, I hear you, buddy. The weather here this morning, by lunchtime it was settled right down, but when I woke up this morning, it was vicious out there. Vicious. Just sold. Now, I have not, some of you guys will have seen this knife before. I have not marketed this knife much at all. I've not done a good job marketing it. But I built this knife. It wasn't on a video. I just built a pair for fun. The black one sold before they were even done. And now this one was the other of the pair, which I just posted on the site recently. Let's have a quick look here. This one just sold last night, and this is a Master Hunter pattern. I just touched that polish up. Just put the final edge on it and touched that polish up. Gave it an extra little buff before it went out. So it's fresh, because it's been sitting for probably a month or two up on the shelf up there. Just an exquisite knife. Orange metallic burl. Really nice. If you want to see, right there, you see the little chat bubble down bottom. That's what I get, and it just disappears. So I just get 1 or 2 messages at a time, and then they go away. But this knife is being shipped out, which is really nice. This is on the Collector's Series tab. So if you want to read about that, you can go on my website, knknives.ca. There's a tab up top that says Collector's Series, and it will be well, you can read the write-up there. You can read the write-up and read all about it and what it means and how it'll work. But already some projects on the go for that. The Beothic is up there right now for upcoming projects, so that's real exciting. I've got templates and materials and setting everything up in case you want to go look into that. I haven't listed it yet, but a project that I wanted to mention to you guys was the bird and trout knife project, and I'm setting that up there now. The plan was all along, and it looks like it's going to happen, is so once Remembrance Day is out of the way, which it just finished up and we're sending those knives out, now we have a little push before Christmas season. And everything kind of has to be done and ready to ship at least 2 to 3 weeks before Christmas, so we have lots of shipping time. And so the batch that I'm trying to push through right now, and I'm selecting materials and getting ready for, is the bird and trout. I'm going to do a short run of that prototype bird and trout. And it's not going to be a great big batch because I through some production knives for this website, along with some custom orders, one-off customs and things like that. That's sitting on the books for a little while. I try to clue up as much as I can before Christmas. So that's how it's going to go. But I do, and really hoping to put out, this is that bird and trout. Now this is a prototype. This is just a scale I threw on the prototype. The first production run, numbered production run, which will probably be listed on the Collector's Series tab, I believe will have natural curly maple as the plan, which is a little lighter, a little snappier than the gray, even though this particular piece of gray ended up with incredible figuring. But that's the plan. We're going to do a really nice liner in there, something a little different than this. But if you're interested in the bird and trout first run, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email right away because it's going to be a short run. I think I already have a third or a half of the batch spoken for, just from mentioning it in a past live stream. I might even have a couple deposits. I'd have to check my books to be sure. But if you're interested, shoot me an email, and these will be done and shipped out before Christmas because this is not a substantial build. So I've got time to put together a set of these, which I think is a really great knife. Really great pattern for the hunter and angler. I'm pretty excited about it. Let me check. Oh, Chad Morgan is here. Good evening, Chad. How much business do you want to be Collector Series? I don't know. Definitely a number of special Collector Series runs per year. If I could get, even next year, if I could get 3 or 4 Collector Series runs in the year, so that would be Remembrance Day again, because like I said, I've already have a small list formed of people who are going to be shooting for the Remembrance Day knife next year. It was a lot of fun, guys. I gotta say, I was talking to at least one of you about just how much fun it was and how much of an honor it was for me to produce the knives. Of course, I always love producing beautiful steel, but then to have the film to back it up and to be involved with something as important as Remembrance Day, which I can tell it's good to see that it means so much to so many of you. Remembrance Day does, or Veterans Day, Armistice Day. It was just a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful day. It was really nice. And for the number of people that attempted to purchase one of the Remembrance Pucos, I definitely think it's something I should repeat for next year anyways. We'll see how it goes from there. So I've already sketched up a few plans of what that knife will look like. And of course, it's not going to be a Puco. The Puco was the one-time thing. Next year, it'll be a totally different set, totally different design, but still, of course, honoring no less. Hey, Jason. Scott Stapleton, welcome, buddy. Any new case knives? Stock investor asks. What do you mean there? Jason, did I keep one for myself? I kept one. I decided last moment before I released one that I was going to keep one to honor my own great-grandfather who served in World War I. And so I'm going to be building a display case for that and setting it up somewhere here in the building, along with, I actually had a cousin send me, I got in touch with a cousin who, see, would be first cousin, so it would be his great-grandfather as well. He has my great-grandfather's war medal, his medallion, which I would love to get that, but I don't think he's going to let that go. I would love to get that to put in the display case with it, but that's okay, that's okay. I can put a picture of it in there maybe. But he also had, I believe from the official archives, all the scanned documents from his enlistment, which I believe was 40 pages. So I'm going to pick a number of those pages and print, and maybe make the case big enough to put a few of those documents in with it. Oh, hang on a second, guys. My timer just went off. My timer just went off on the heat treat. Just 1 second. I got to take those knives out of the oven here. Okay, just back here, guys. Thanks for being patient. Hit that like button if you would. I see Chad advocating for it again. We got 40 people here and we've got 8 likes. So if you would hit that little like button. Gerald, are you talking about for a medal or what? That would be cool to have a replica. That would definitely suffice. Okay, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I gotta try to remember to do that. I'd love to have that to go in the case. Speaking of which, Gerald, if it cools down before end of stream, I can show you a couple of what we got going on there. But one of the knives just come out of heat treat is your carving knife. So that's exciting. Some of those projects were kind of put on pause, put on hold with some of the big projects that have rolled through. And then the Remembrance Day ate up quite a bit of time, Oh, Herbert Wingfield. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Herbert Wingfield, a lot of you guys here, or a number of you I know have been around for a long time, but Herbert Wingfield has been around for, I don't know just how long, Herbert, but it's been a long time, buddy. Tad, I only work with 01 steel at this time. I have worked with a couple other carbon steels earlier in my career, Now I work exclusively with O1, although I have purchased a little stainless, got sitting there in the shelf, in the steel rack, in good faith, in faith that I might build a couple stainless, probably filling knives in the new year. That's the plan. The whole plan was the boat project to curtail into a line of stainless fishing and angling knives. That was the plan. So we'll see. We'll see. Takes a lot to make something like that happen, and it's a whole different change in process. So we'll see. Oh, that's no fun. That's no fun at all. Chad, buddy, I couldn't even tell you this moment. I ordered the stainless. I did a little bit of study and ordered the stainless a couple months ago. It's been sitting there now. I couldn't even tell you what it is right now. Gerald, they're going to take quite a while to cool down anyways, so we might not get there before end of stream, but I'll see if I can get a look even with a glove on for you. Actually, let me throw a glove on and show you right now. Ooh, she's warm. Oh, thank you, Herbert. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to show you guys. It's pretty piping hot. Oh, going to be hard to see in the glove. Here we have a carving knife built for Mr. Gerald there. Going to be hard to see with this big old glove. This is a big old monstrosity pair of, what are they? Just like Harbor Freight or whatever gloves. This is a carving knife. I have quite a heavy list of instructions here from Gerald on what this knife needed to have or be. And I think I've knocked everything out. We've got the scale material in glue up. Something really, really pretty that I'm excited about. Chris, no, I don't work with ABL. Herbert's gone, is he? Have a great day, buddy. So we've got full tang here, about 2 3/4 inch blade, 4.5 to 4 3/4 inch handle, Scandi grind. We're doing forge finish flats with a very high grade finish Scandi grind, a slight swedge we have in there, a rounded spine. This is a fully rounded spine. Little to no straight edge, small sharpening notch. Lot of stuff going on. And then the handle is a whole other set of instructions. But I appreciate a fella who knows what they want. That's great. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to see, guys, with this glove on here, but. There, you can see what's going on there. Ouch! I have a really nice heavy mosaic pin. And I know you didn't ask for a mosaic pin, but I had it there and I said, oh, that would look so great with this with the scales I'm building for this knife. So we're throwing in just a really nice big fat mosaic pin just to bring this knife up a grade. I'm going to put this on the rack before I hurt myself. Ooh, you feeling like Christmas Eve? Let me show you another knife. I should have done this with Gerald's just now. This was a Tuckamore knife that I spoiled months ago. I was working through a batch. I might have had 12 or 15 Tuckamores on the bench, and there was one for, I don't know the reason now, I don't remember, but I botched the grind on. And I don't do that often. But I botched the grind on and I hung it back in the rack, and it's been sitting there for a couple months. Well, today, or yesterday actually, I pulled it off the rack and I reground it. I was kind of inspired by the knife we've got going on, the carving knife for Gerald there. And so I went with some of those things in mind and just crafted what I think is a really beautiful knife. You can see I've shortened the blade up about 3/4 of an inch from the Tuckamore. And given that I had a rough grind, what I was originally going to do was just leave it as a Tuckamore and do a really high flat grind. So I'd remove all that bad grind line. But instead what I did was bring that grind way up to a nice slender, almost like a Sloyd knife, and then switch to a Scandi, like I carved on Gerald's carving knife. I think it's really nice. I reshaped the back, so we've got a little more taper, way more taper towards the front here than the Tuckamore has. Not too much curviness going on in the handle here, but I just think it's really cool. I think it's really cool, and I might sell it as a one-off at some point, or I might keep it as well, because I really, really like it. I love the shape of it. Clinton, you heading out? Sorry, guys, I just realized I'm yelling there like he's heading out through the... It must be... might be a Newfoundlander thing, or it might be a shop thing when I see Dad putting on his coat. And the shop is so huge. You're heading out. Hey, Rocco's rolling in. Hey, Rocco. Finished knives that I can show. Oh, I don't have many here right now. Everything was just carried up to the stock room. There's been a nice little surge of orders coming in, both with Christmas and with the Remembrance Day video going up, and those Puko knives, they're great. They're just really great for showing off what K&N Knives is capable of. I'll try to get away from using my own name here as much. It's a great way to show off the capability and push sales of more basic knives, because not everyone can do a $700, $800, $900 knife, but you're seeing the $700, $800, $900 knife, and you're seeing the workmanship that's coming from K&N Knives, and maybe the $170 or $80 bake apple might let you just have a piece of that workmanship. Lets you have a beautiful knife handcrafted by the same team that built those really nice Remembrance Pukos that you liked, but in a more affordable package, a more price-friendly option. So it always does well. Content really does help drive sales like that. And it's kind of a rough balance between being able to produce content and being able to make knife shop production here. Because if you're just build, work, it's hard to get those videos up. And if you're producing the videos, you've got sales and inquiries coming in like crazy, but you're not in the shop to fulfill the order. So it's really a delicate balance. So Drew, I've got the website is fully updated with almost everything that I have on the go here right now. Except for a partial batch that was just started, along with a number of your one-offs and things like that, custom orders and stuff. Everything is on the website. That's knknives.ca. I will show. Rocco actually has the brother to this one. This one just sold, so I did a pair of black and orange. The black one Rocco had before it was even complete. The orange just sold last night. And so I'm just down doing an edge refresh, getting everything ready for sale or for ship. And there it is. This is the Master Hunter pattern. So I can't offer this one to you right now either. This one's staying here in Newfoundland actually, which is really, really fun. I actually stripped and re-dyed the sheath on this one just to a little different color. It's got a gorgeous piece of fusion handle material. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Gerald, buddy. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Rocco, glad you enjoyed the video. I appreciated all your guys' kind comments on that video. You left some really nice stuff. I appreciated the support. Lon is here. Hey, Lon, buddy. Dragonwater Forge, Jonathan. Oh, Brad King is here. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming in to say hello on a Friday night. It's been a good week, guys. I want to thank you all for your support. I'd just like to say that. Thank you for all the support you've given me this year. Hanging out here on the live stream, words of encouragement, prayers, reviews online, purchasing from my store, purchasing my custom orders, giving me ideas for new work, and just being, a lot of you have just become good friends, far more than even to say customer doesn't feel right. So far more than just customers, but real friends and people that I can really talk to and confide in. It's just, it's a beautiful thing. I really appreciate all you guys. Number of you mentioned beneath the video and on the marketing posts I made on Instagram and Facebook about the Remembrance Day knife. A lot of you guys commented about your own family history in the war, and I want to thank you on behalf of myself, my family, and KN Knives. I thank you on behalf of your family for your service. Chad, what are you doing getting locked out of your email? Yes, buddy. The bird and trout guys, I'm trying to... Oh, Strumpton Dangerous is here. Took me right off guard. Nice to see you here, Strumpton Dangerous. I mentioned earlier in the stream, guys, so after the Remembrance Day knives are done now, and a whole lot of them are already shipped out. There are a couple just waiting for different reasons. So they're almost all shipped out. Now my focus is on getting a few more production knives up, a couple more production runs up on the website available for Christmas orders and that type of thing. And some different one-off custom builds that have been sitting on the books, not extravagant builds, not all anyways, but just a few that I'd like to tie up loose ends on before Christmas. And then, of course, the first run of the new year will be the Beothic project. If you haven't heard about that yet, you can go to kandknives.ca, click on the Collector's Series tab, and you'll be able to read all about that. But I'm really excited about that. I'm gearing up for that. But what I wanted to mention, while I laid all that out, is one build batch or series I do plan to push through before Christmas is a small initial run of that bird and trout knife. And I want to mention that because I know a couple of you guys here have already spoken for them. So I just want to let you guys know that I do intend to push through because I have the materials. It's not an elaborate, difficult knife to build. It's not going to be a huge amount of time consumed. So I'm going to make sure I have a small run. I'm thinking maybe 6 or 8 of these done now within the next few weeks. So Chad, I know you wanted one of those. Rocco, I think you were on the list for one of those. A number of you guys, I believe. So half of them might already be spoken for, but Rocco, I'm excited for that military dagger too, buddy. That's going to be fun, and it's going to be fun to dive a bunch of that creative energy into what is one piece, you know. As I mentioned there, I think I described in the Remembrance Day video for those Pucos. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. But just how mentally taxing it is to do an elaborate build, a build that is that elaborate on a bulk set, 11 knives, just very taxing, very taxing. It seems like it takes so long to get to the next step, and it's just... Oops, clicking on stuff I don't want to be clicking on. Just tricky. But to be able to put that creative energy and the skills into a single glorious piece is quite a bit more fun for sure. Herbert, watching for 7 or 8 years. So I would have been, you would have been, yeah, watching when I was... I'm thinking you might have been around when I was still a university student, working in the driveway on a TV tray. Chris, yes, I do still ship to the USA. And I might have made a little breakthrough actually just yesterday with some of the tariff situation. So we're going to be trying something new. Strop dozed off on the couch. Boy, he's living the good life. Living the good life. My father-in-law likes to take naps. I dream of being able to lay and take a nap one day. That just sounds wonderful. The good of the land, hey. Did I try scalp massage for male pattern baldness? No, sir, I can't say I did. Well, I don't know. I like when I lie down at night, the wife just scratches my head with her nails. So I don't know if that counts. But I just love that. Strop, you want a bird and trout? Would I have had your name put down for bird and trout? I just make a note here, just in case. And Chad is in. Brad, that's right. Brad has deposit sent in. I knew Mr. King was all set up for one. That might be close to half a set there if I'm doing 6 or 8. Rocco. Your collector set is, I'm still battling with the concept of the display case. I was studying a number of pictures this week, actually, of different display cases, just trying to settle my mind on what to do. But the whole knife set, if you're content for me to send the knife set without the display case. That is ready to go. I believe they might even be sharpened and all. Strop, you like the engraving work? That was definitely a heavy process and daunting, because as you saw in the video, I brought them up to full polish, grinds done, full polish before I endeavored with that. So that was daunting, and I and I had Dad there at the start. He was standing there. I don't know. I said, I need to do it. They need this. I've got my mind set. And he's saying, I don't know. I don't think, I don't know. I said, you got to go away because you're shaking. You're shaking my confidence here. I need positivity in this room right now. I'm about to take a diamond tipped engraver at a very high RPM to my beautiful polished, mirror polished Puko knives that were very painstaking. Just to bring knives up to a polish like that is a painstaking process. So I kicked him out of the room. I couldn't handle his negativity there. Nice cause that bird and trout is looking tempting. Oh, Chris, that bird and trout is a lovely piece. The plan for it is a natural curly maple. Instead of the gray, the natural is a little bit snappier for this first run. I've got a couple really beautiful pieces here on my shelf, and that's what I've decided to go with. Really nice crisp liner as well. It's going to be really great. I'd like to do I'm thinking like a light medium brown. Maybe a little laser engraving on the leather just to signify the initial run, something like that. Rocco says, you do know that the display case has to grow with your knife production. Are you saying I need to add display cases to my production, or you need a case that is modular and can grow? Chris, knknives.ca, buddy. If someone wants to throw it in the comment section there. I don't know if it'll let you guys add a link or not. knknives.ca. Oh, Lon, you've got much more important things to do. You go enjoy that, buddy. Wonderful, wonderful. I've been thinking since I just finished up the Remembrance Day set, talking to a few of you guys, and you're talking about what you're going to do with your Remembrance Day knife when you get it. I think a number of you guys are putting in wall mount display cases or on mantle, that type of thing. And I've been thinking that I should add or have a display case option on my website. What do you guys think about that? Or at least have it available if I'm doing a special run like that, something that is a display case type knife. Do you think I should offer something like that, or would you guys rather go deal with that yourself? You get the knife, you go look for your own display case wherever. What do you guys think? Is that something that I should offer? Like with this 11 knife set, should I have had 11 display cases as part of the project because of the type of knife that it is? I'd like to hear your input on that. Anderson, hello. Brad, I haven't heard anything. Haven't been talking to Mark personally. Doesn't look like Mark's here tonight. Although Sophie was doing good last week when Mark was here, which was good. build my own. So you guys are thinking more like a wood display case. But then my concern with that is, like, I know some people would want a complete glass or plexi enclosure to sit on a mantle, like a dust cover. Me, I want a wooden case with a glass front to sit on the wall. Some people want like a wooden shadow box for a coffee table. So how do you pick a case or design a case that works for everyone's intentions? Yeah, I could see what you mean there, Ariel. Ariel says a full set with cases has a little, he puts in quotes, as seen on TV feel to it. Oh no, Chris, it wouldn't be that type of thing. It would be like, you can go on probably Amazon or I don't know, Etsy or whatever, and just buy generic display cases, all different sizes for baseballs or a football or a t-shirt, hats, whatever. You could buy all sorts of generic display cases for different things. So would it be better just to leave it to you guys? If you want a display case for your knife, you shop for a display case. So they wouldn't be custom built display cases. If they're going to be custom built, I would definitely want to be building them. Absolutely. Oh, we're cooled down. We're cooled down now. Let me grab the heat treat set there. Oh. So this is one batch here of heat treated steel, all ground today. Oh, so beautiful. I showed earlier in the stream, a number of you guys weren't here. Now this is right out of forge finish, but this is a carving knife built for Gerald B, who's here almost every week. He's custom designed, at least laid out all the dimensions and everything for this carving knife. We've got Scandi grind, rounded spine. I really like the rounded spine idea. That's lovely. A rounded end, so it's totally comfortable in the hand any way you hold it. Just going to be a really nice type of a camp carver, do-it-all compact blade, but mainly a carving knife with that Scandi grind. So we've got a bit of thickness left on these blades, and they'll be it'll be ground in now to a 0 grind Scandi. I really like it. I really like it. I think it's a cool knife. I'm excited. That one's been on the books for some time, so I'm excited to get that one knocked out long before Christmas for our buddy Gerald. This is one I've had hanging on. This was a botched Tuckamore that I've had hanging on the wall rack there for a couple months, and I decided to take it and reshape it into a new design, just a custom one-off today. Kind of a Sloyd or a carver, that type of thing. It's about 3/4 of an inch shorter than the Tuckamore. I brought that bevel way up, reshaped the tang here from the Tuckamore. So it started its life as a Tuckamore before it was ever heat treated. It was just still a billet hanging on the wall. And then Scandi grind. So this is really cool. I don't know exactly what scales it's getting yet. Don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to list it as a one-off on the site, or I may just keep it for myself because it feels and looks really, really cool. Kit Carson, you originally started sharpening correctly because of me. Very nice. I'm glad to have been able to offer some help, buddy. A lot of my early content was sharpening. A lot of whetstone sharpening videos, guys. A lot of them. I have a single mini T here, and I'm just showing this to you guys for kicks because I don't have a rack of fresh finished knives here. Next weekend I will. Next Friday I will. This is getting a set of custom scales and being shipped off. A Warrior getting a set of custom scales and being shipped off. A restock on a number of bake apples here, which is my best-selling pattern. The bake apple is just such a great knife, guys. Love the bake apple. And then a number of the beautiful Tuckamore, which Tuckamore has been a great seller this year. It's been, I haven't pushed the Tuckamore or done a whole lot with it in recent years. It's just kind of been cruising on autopilot. Build a few every so often, build a number of them, do a batch every few weeks, and they sell pretty consistently. But this year, I've done quite a bit of work with the Tuckamore. A bunch of really nice custom scaled Tuckamores, really fancy stuff. And I think the Tuckamore is a fantastic pattern. It's one of my oldest patterns. And I've just seen some really beautiful ones come out this year. This one here, oh, this one has such a cool forge finish pattern. But this one is getting a Scandi grind. Let me show you the scales for this size. Getting some, oh, you can't appreciate the finish there. Maybe you can. Getting some curly yellow birch. Stabilized yellow birch, which is really, really nice stuff. And then a yellow and a blue, so a double liner on a Scandi grind. That is just going to be beautiful. I'm excited to see this knife come together. Can you see it? Isn't that a great looking scale? First time I've ever worked with this material. It was quite expensive to get in. None of my suppliers had it around, so I had to order it up from, I don't know, even remember where I ordered at this moment, but it was expensive to get in, single piece. I couldn't get a block where I could get a bunch of it, but so, of course, that cost gets passed on to the customer, is what it is. But really nice material. I'm excited to see the finished product. But that's what I have going on here now. Most of those will get glued up on Monday, ground and finish mid-late next week. I think Tuesday, the bird and trout will be started. And I'm planning on filming that project. Not of course, not as elaborate of a film project as the Remembrance Day Pucos, that type of thing. But I do plan on filming it, documenting it, and putting it out as a finished video. I think that was really fun, what happened there with the Remembrance Day knife set. And I think made the knives that much more valuable to have that production film, you know, kind of that feature film. Chad, you're digging the bake apple. He says he was expecting it to be smaller in his mitts, but a very functional little knife. The bake apple is a winner. Been telling you guys for a long time. Some guys look at it initially and they look at the compact knife and they say, what's a fellow supposed to do with a knife like that? Is that a kid's knife? No, sir. No, sir. Very capable knives. So much fun. Such a practical shape and geometry. It's just a functional knife. That wedge style to the handle really keeps it in your hand. Doesn't move around a lot. You're not fighting to keep a hold on it. It's great. Even with the 2.5, 3 finger hold that you can get on it, that wedge design keeps your hand forward. It works really well. The geometry, it's nice on the whetstones to sharpen. You've got enough straight edge to do all the whittling and playing you'd want there. You've got enough belly for it to be a great caping knife. It's just a fun knife. Very capable. Oh, that's nice to hear, Strapped and Dangerous. Guys, when you see me go quiet and stare blankly, I'm just trying to see if I'm catching some of the comments. I can only see like 2 at a time, so they just go and disappear. So, oh, Brad, very cool. Brad says the boys and I put our bake apples to work processing a deer this week. What a great blade. Would you happen to have any pictures, buddy? If you would email me a couple pictures, I'd love to see that. Maybe able to get something even up on my social media page. I have had more than ever this year. I have had hunters sending me pictures of K&N knives sitting on their animal, sitting on a set of antlers, or sitting right down in the blood and guts of the animal, on the fur, hide, or whatever. I've been getting quite a few of those sent in this year, so that's fun. It's fun to see K&N knives being put to work, and it's nice to see that you guys are appreciating the blades enough. You're having a great enough experience that you're actually thinking of me and willing to send in a picture or get back to me. That's really great. I like that. I like that. Rocco, did you get to that Groman I sent in with the hole that needed to be rescaled and sharpened? I did not touch either of the Gromans yet. Did not touch either of the Gromans, but I went through my rack just last night here, which is right here. I've got a number of restoration type projects there now. A number going to be filmed. So that should be exciting. Kit Carson, steel on the knives that I just showed here. 01 and 5960 is my goal, my stab by my recipe. Oh, sorry to hear, Brad. I would have loved to see a picture with the animal. That would have looked cool with that set. Oh, Morgan, that's very kind. Thank you very much for sharing that. You treasure your time with your dad. Every moment, every minute that you can spend watching videos with them, make sure you treasure that time. Any last questions, guys, before we sign off here? We're going on 55 minutes. I'm looking forward to heading home, hanging out with my wife. I think so too, Chad. Anything more than that is too hard, a little bit brittle in my opinion. Anything much softer than that, I don't even mind 58, not at all. I could get away with 58's real serviceable, but like 59, 60 is sweet spot in my opinion. Any last words? I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Rocco, hit us with a piece of scripture if you got it, buddy. I bet you've got one all keyed up. All keyed up. I was actually going to message you with a question this week on the scripture. Strapped and dangerous. I beat you this time. I've got that all done. It's already moved up to the completed project section. And I think pretty much all updated. Got all the pictures uploaded, all the official professional pictures. You might even be able to, that might be a great way for you guys to download professional photos of your knife. If you're part of that series, you might be able to go on, I'm thinking I'll let you do that. Go on to the Collector Series site, click on the picture so it opens up full size on your screen, and hit download, and I bet you can nab close to full resolution photos in that way. Strapped and dangerous. I knew you'd be proud of me. I was thinking of you when I was updating it. I was thinking, oh, he's going to be so proud. I jumped right on that, got it all updated and moved around. And Chris, my pleasure, buddy. Any more questions, and you can just shoot me an email, Chris, always. I try to get back to people as fast as I can. Sometimes it takes a little while, depending. My inbox is surging a little bit again now, last couple weeks, gearing up to Christmas. But I'm keeping my number count, my inbox, to a reasonable number. Enjoy your weekend too. Best of luck, Chad, with the animal, buddy. Brian, we'll see you next week. Andrew, Brad, Rocco wrote a piece. It's tiny there. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I plan on studying the Psalms in the new year. Actually, I've been thinking just the past couple days it hit me. I think I'm spending 2026. A big focus of my Bible study is going to be on prayer specifically. Everything. I want to study every piece of scripture that involves prayer, and then of course the Psalms. You want to be digging into the Psalms quite a bit if that's where you're studying. Chad, I would love that picture, buddy. I would love to be able to post that picture. Have a great night, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. It's been great hanging out. Oh, Kodiak Edge Bladesmithing. I'm just about to hit the sign off button, but you made it here. I'm glad you loved those military set. You mentioned you're a vet too. Thank you for your service, sir. I really, truly appreciate it, as do most of these guys. I'd be bold enough to say all of these guys here. Got a fine group of fellows. Thanks for hanging out with me, little old me, on a Friday night. Have a wonderful weekend. Can't wait to chat to you next time.